Good morning, children. Sairam. Today we are going to study chapter number 6, Education in Science by Stephen Hawking. Before starting this chapter, let's have a glance about the author. Now, what is the name of the author? The name of the author is Stephen William Hawking. Now, Stephen William Hawking was an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, author, and director for the research at the Center of Theoretical Cosmology at the University of Cambridge. Apart from that, he was also the Lucasian Professor of Mathematics. Hawking, you can say, as it is mentioned in the textbook, was a popular author who achieved a lot of commercial success with several works of popular science. Basically, he dealt with the topics of science and he promoted the zeal to combine education in the form of science. So, what what does the chapter initially opens up to you? That is, what do you think the story is about, or what actually is the writer conveying the readers? Let's have a glance on the story. I'll be reading out the content for you from your respective English literature textbook. So kindly put your eyes and ears open. Whether we like it or not, the world we live in has changed a great deal in the last 100 years, and it is likely to change even more in the next 100 years. Some people would like to stop these changes and go back to what they see as a purer and simpler age. Now, why do you think that the past was pure and simple? See, children, when we talk about past means the time which has already which has already passed off and which has gone. And past also comprises of the history. Children, at the time when we're talking about the time which has actually moved on, even you can say the present time, and the time which you just enjoyed 15 minutes before or half an hour before is totally different. When we talk about the past becomes an important part as well as part and parcel of our life. The people which used to live the life in the prehistoric or historic times was very simple. They did not actually demand any luxury in their lives. They just wanted a pure and simple life. Their basic needs, demands were limited, or you can say minimized. They did not actually ran off for the things in a hike, but the people and the lifestyle that we are leading these days is totally different. There's a whole lot of difference between the lifestyle which was you can say actually lived by people of the 19th century, and now when we are talking about the 20 as well as the upcoming 21st century. Now, however, as history shows, the past was not that wonderful. It was not so bad for a privileged minority, though even they had to do without modern technology, medicine, and childbirth was highly risky for women. But for the vast majority of population, life was nasty, brutish, and short. Anyway, even if one wanted to, one could not put the clock back to an earlier age. Knowledge and techniques cannot just be forgotten, nor can one prevent further advances in the future. One cannot stop inquiring minds from thinking about basic science, whether or not they are paid for it. The only way to prevent further developments would be a global totalitarian state that suppressed anything new. But human initiative and ingenuity is such that even this would not succeed. All it would do, is slow down the rate of change. If we accept that cannot prevent science and technology from changing our world, we can at least try to ensure that the changes they make are in the right directions. In a democratic society, this means that the public needs to have a basic understanding of science so that it can make informed decisions and not leave them in the hands of experts. Now, what does leaving in the hands of experts mean here? Just put some stress on your mind, and how will you answer this question, that what does this phrase actually refer to, leaving in the hands of experts? Just think, I'll get back to this question after a while. At the moment, the public has a rather ambivalent attitude towards science. It has come to expect the steady increase in the standard of living that new developments in science and technology have brought to continue, but it also distrusts science because it does not understand it. This distrust is shown in the cartoon character of the math scientist working in his laboratory to produce the Frankenstein. But the people also have a great interest in science, particularly in astronomy, as is shown by the large audiences for the television series such as the Cosmos and for science fiction. What can be done to harness this interest and give the public a scientific background? It needs to make informed decisions on subjects like acid rain, greenhouse effect, nuclear weapons, and genetic engineering. Clearly, the basis must lie in what is taught in schools. But in schools, science is often presented in a dry and uninteresting manner. Now, over this, children, before continuing, I would like to tell or share a small bit of information about the story. That this particular story is a part of an essay. This story is a part of an essay written by Stephen William Hawking in order to represent or to put light on the importance of the subjects of science, specifically physics, astronomy, and cosmology, in order to tell the readers as well as the audience that what is the vital role played by science in the development as well as the upbringing of the society, as well as the, you can say, astronomical bodies. How does science has a relationship with astronomy, cosmology as well? Fine. Now here our Stephen Hawking wants the reader, he wants his readers to explore more about science and technology and how science is responsible for the development, upliftment of the society as well as a genuine general human being. Fine. So let's get ahead, and he requests, he has actually mentioned to his readers that the people should be made clear, the people, that is general people, the mob, the mass, should be made aware about such topics called as nuclear weapons, genetic engineering, acid rain, how they are actually happening, how they are responsible, and how to stop them, and how people can initiate to actually eradicate such problems which may actually spoil the future as well as the future generations. I'll put a halt over here and we'll continue in the next class. Thank you and Sai Ram.